Ladies and gentlemen, whether you like it or not.
This is the little unicorn, this is our 2 camera now. Hopefully our flubs will not be too interesting, because all the interestingness in the flubs is coming from Film Brain. Trust me, I've seen his footage.
Wait, was this the one where, like, it's blatantly obvious he wanted the wee boy to be the main character, but it was like, oh yeah, this is a girl's film, it's about a unicorn, so there's a girl here.
It's kind of... Again, Chad Brad comes in and hijacks a film from a little girl.
Yeah.
It's a very weird bit of typecasting.
I accept your headcanon. Boom! I take your headcanon and I boom it in my brain. That was the weirdest ad-lib. I take your headcanon and I pop it in the brains. I'm just making up shit now. Use the earlier takes, please.
You're adorable when you sing.
What was he actually doing?
He was singing, I Believe in Life After Love by Cher.
Do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside me, so.
That's awesome.
For her sake, I hope the performance was a fucking bet.
You're saying bet in a strange way. For her sake, I hope that performance was a fucking bet.
For her sake, I hope the performance was a fucking bet.
You can't overcome your Northern Irishness.
I know. This one's about a little unicorn. Okay?
A tiny lion. That's just one of my favorite things ever.
A tiny lion.
Tiny lion.
Yes, just leave that dead air at the end of that bad line reading. Just let it sit there. Magic. Ooh, sparkles. I should have probably grabbed my copy of The Little Unicorn from over there. Oh shit, it's not here. It's not in the spot where I thought it was. Oh no. Hold please. That release was rated U for infrequent animal suffering, as opposed to frequent audience suffering. What the heck was that? We have to watch this.
Yeah, these things happen, especially when your grandfather gets drunk and locks a stallion in there with a bucket of Viagra and a copy of Play Henny.
You know, it would make a better plot if one of the studs from the stud farm broke loose, knocked up that mare, and that's why, because they're like, basically, we also have a legal claim.
That would work better.
It would be like, I did not pay you to stud this horse, so I can technically take you to court because I didn't want this mare to stud because she's too old, and now I've lost my property.
That is a decent plot idea. That is better.
I'm good at this.
After a long, exhaustive search, it turns out that I don't have any dice in this house whatsoever. So, you're going to have to dub in those noises. It's okay, I've got this. I just rolled a 5. I don't know what that means, but it means David Warner and something else because I didn't look the line. Kind of smizing, you know? Smizing, yeah. Getting a bit tyrant in there.
Hey, if you go by Equus, and the father doesn't even need to be a stallion. It could be Daniel Radcliffe.
Hasn't he been through enough?
I've seen bigger. I've seen smaller. Why isn't it called the average-sized unicorn? Because it's just the size of a fucking horse.
Well, that's just ridiculous. Fairies don't serve fish and chips. That's a real cinema sin right there. Ding! Timely reference, Matt. Who gives a shit about cinema sins anymore? That was what we call a burn. What have I told you about the horse fucking? What have I told you about the horse fucking? This is super awkward to say. You're not helping! X-nay on the horse fuckery! How many times can I say horse fucking? We're about to find out. You're a cute little microphone. Oh, I'm a cute little microphone. You're a cute little microphone. Oh, I'm a cute little microphone. Oh. No, that didn't work.
No, mister, it's not the big bumper. No.
At least it was the small end. Okay, now blank wall. Minion pops up. I'm quoting remake.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's me in here.
3, 2, 1.
This is what happens when the balaclava melts off the side.
Although I have to say, when I was a small child, one of the fun things about fish and chips was that you could actually see, words on your fish and chips.
That's disgusting. And
as an adult, that's horrifying. But as a small child, that was very amusing.
That is awful. And I've eaten school lunch. That is awful.
Our school lunches were great. We had smoked fish.
I'd be down for that. We have smoked fish in the freezer, but it would have been complicated to make tonight.
I'm getting very intimately acquainted with my breath. This is like kissing myself. Why am I saying my stupidest shit out loud? Oh, because I know you'll include it in the gag reel. Never mind. And yes, I know, I'm not wearing this properly. It's for a comedy bit. And that's important. Comedy is really important. But so is saving lives. Through comedy. What am I even doing? I'm just ad-libbing bullshit.
I could spend my final years on a moon base. I'd be down.
I would not be interested.
I would. Go to the fucking moon. It's all I've ever wanted since I was like 4.
You go there and you would die very quickly.
No, there would be a city.
I know this. You know how colonies always start off.
Yeah,
Several generations in a colony is fine, but at the very start, you've had like 90% chance of dying within 5 years.
Yeah, but this would be like I'm old, like I'm in my 70s, but like 70s are the new 50s, and it's been there for like a good 20 years or so, and they're like, oh, we want civilians to come live there, and I'd be like, well, that's it, we're going to the moon, and you'd be like, no, and I'd be like, we're going to the moon.
How do you like my mustache? Mustache, 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 mustache. I am a genius, or the stupidest person to ever live. Hey audience, if you think people being splashed for stuff is funny, well boy have we got the movie for you. What am I doing with my arms? I think I have gone mad over this past year.
Phil Brain, all circles are pointless. If they weren't, they'd be stars. Hagen is unsure how to process this. Touche.
Touche.
That's a really good line.
All circles are pointless.
If they weren't, they'd be stars.
I was very proud when I came up with that, because that was entirely me sort of like late at night trying to think of a witticism. I was like, wait a second.
They ask you, is that a famous quote or something?
Nope.
We're apologizing for the light. I highly doubt that any of your fans have ever been like, oh, I would have really enjoyed this episode, except the lighting. No one said that.
That is true, because with the lighting, because Privilege's visuals were so bad because of how we filmed that. Because we filmed it too late and we only used natural light, and it turned out terrible. It looks like I filmed the whole thing through a pile of shit rather than a camera. It is amazing.
I'm just saying, you say that every time, and I don't believe you anymore.
It's like, poor Privilege. It deserved better than that.
No, it didn't.
Do I look like the Pringles mascot? I probably look like the Pringles mascot. Once you're pop, you just can't stop. Ah, so fuck all then on his previous track record. This is almost getting into my eyes. Yes, it is. Bong.
Under the sea, under the sea.
I will slap you.
Everything is bluer, everything is newer, under the sea. Jesus Christ, look at that colouring.
You do look very blue.
Hilariously for the audience, this kind of vivid red with lots of electric blue. This was the original look for Hagen that I wanted. This one I tried to create in the early episodes and I gave up and I just created the really, really dark, sort of high contrast look. But this is how the show would have looked if I had my original druthers.
Oh, Smeg. Da 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 da. Copyright claim.